So here we are again. This is the part where we do a little piece of art. First part was the paint mixing and consistency gauge. I hope that helped you. So my colors today: Prussian Blue by Amsterdam, Iridescent Green Blue by Pebeo, the Phthalo Green by Amsterdam we just mixed. On top of that I have some Interference Gold pigment by Color Art. Then I have a self-mixed Phthalo Turquoise that was done with the Phthalo Green by Amsterdam and Phthalo Blue by Artina. On top of that we put the Interference Blue we just mixed. Then we have a Phthalo Blue. After that we have the Iridescent Green Yellow, beautiful color by Pebeo, and the 24K Gold. All right, so what type of consistency are we going to want? Let's see. Let's go this way, and then we go this way, and that way. So there we go. Next one on. I love those iridescent colors from Pebeo. They're so beautiful. Oh, excuse me. That is our dogs. The house I live is just next door. We have 6 dogs. I bet we just had a visit. Oh, look at that. I missed a little dollop down there. I don't want to use too much of the phthalo green because it's quite intense, so I'll try to not apply too much pressure on the bottle and make a very slim line here. Okay, now on top of that dark blue comes the Interference Gold. I've made the mistake many a time, and I've seen other people make the mistake not to use enough colored paints. Not the amount of colors, but the volume of paint you put down. Here comes one of my favorites, the Phthalo Turquoise. And you can really, if you don't get enough paint out at the first go, you can just as easily go and do 2 lines. The idea is that you have plenty of color down. Interference Blue. Okay. Now we have our bright and beautiful Phthalo Blue. I'll have to fill that up very soon. I can already feel it's almost empty. I'll just add a little bit more of that. Now comes, love this color. I've never been a green person. That's really the first time I venture out more into the greens, and I hope it works out for me. So Another gold. Also the gold, thin lines. It does like to take over the 24K. I like it for its cell making abilities, just because I love the glimmer that it has. But if you add too much, that's all you'll have is the gold shimmer over everything. So let's put those paint aside a little bit. Where's my white? And so normally don't do that, but I want to try it this time. It's just to add a little bit of white around the sides with my base color white, same color. Hello, you clocked yourself up. Oh, excuse me a second. I'm having an issue here. Okay. Sometimes a little bit of dried paint doesn't allow the paints to flow free. Let's see, I'll just dribble a little bit on my mat here. See, now it's going to come out. And it doesn't have to be much that you add. And I'm not going to blow it over like Rinske Downer does often in her pieces. But I just want it beside my colors so they can flow a bit further out and a bit easier. Just a bit. Okay, and then it's time to pop the bubbles. Now I want to take up that little bit of blue or whatever it is. Again, my favorite hair dryer is the Flow. Very dirty Flow though. It's by Drew Barrymore. It's a 1000 watt blow dryer. I personally think the blow dryer and the amount of watts makes a huge difference. I started with a 1875 watt, and all I ever got was churned up mud and paint everywhere. This is a 1000 watt travel hair dryer. Perfect. It's light, it's easy on my hands, and it gets me the results I want. All right, let's see what we can do. It's beautiful. I really like it. It needs a little bit more definition, I think. And somewhere, there it is. There is something in the paint that shouldn't be there. There it is. Fished it out. Okay. The colors are beautiful together, that's for sure. I love the cells everywhere. Really nice. I'm a little bit worried not to have too much paint still on my canvas. Okay. That's not so bad. Not so bad. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Now, let's torch it one more time to see if we have gotten any bubbles. Okay, now don't forget to scrape under your canvas. You can use anything you want to. So you just have to go, how do I show that best? Right here. Under there, and just scrape all the paint off that's sitting under there. If you do not do that, if you have lots of paint there, it can pull your paint down at night during the drying process, and then you come next morning, you have something completely different, and your beautiful design is just fallen off the sides of your canvas. Okay. And then also very important, you can do that more than once. I usually do it twice. I let it sit for a few minutes, 10 minutes or so, and then I do it again. And then you also have to go all around the edges, and you have to see if you're missing some paint somewhere. Sometimes you have like naked looking patches on your canvas. That doesn't look good at all when it's dry. So that's why I have the squeeze bottle. This is my base color, and I just squeeze it over the dry patches. And just go along the edge here with that bottle, and it'll just run down where you do not have enough paint. That'll cover that. I have some issues at that corner here. And here on this side we need it as well. So, nothing worse if you have a beautiful design on your canvas, but you have the bare canvas showing at the edges. Not very attractive at all. Okay. Let's see on this side. That side is pretty good. The corner is bare. So what I'll do is just put some white on, and then from the colored runoff I have on my tarp here, I just tap, tap, tap the color over the white. So obviously you have to find the same color that is on top. So you just dab it onto the sides so it all looks like it is all together and it makes sense together. I think this is the last edge that is a little on the dry side, and as you see, you just squeeze it on the edge and it'll run down and take care of all of those little problems. Okay. Okay. That is it for today. Oh, there's one little more patch. Come on, we want to fix you too. All right, I will give you a wee little close-up. It's really pretty. I like all the cells that it's creating. Let me close that and wipe my fingers, and then I'll get you down.